Welcome to Idaho Fish and Game's Hook and Bulletin podcast, your weekly news roundup of hunting, fishing, trapping, and conservation stories from around the Gem State. Hosted by Fish and Game's Public Information Specialist, Connor J. Lease.
And welcome back to Idaho Fish and Game's Hook and Bulletin podcast. This week, we're talking about getting charged by a grizzly, what to do if a bat crashes your Halloween house party, and if you're new to hunting or just want to watch some incredible, inspiring footage of hunters on their first hunt, we got just the video series for you. But first, do you consider yourself new school, cutting edge, and tech savvy? Well, not so fast, Sonny. If you're getting your dates and regs from AI or search engines, it could cost you.
Calibrating system control.
If you're getting your Idaho Fish and Game season dates and regulations from AI or search engine results, be careful because it could cost you a ticket. That's why it's better to be old school and check the printed seasons and rules booklets, or check online directly from Fish and Game's website to make sure you're getting accurate and current information. Fish and Game conservation officers are encountering people in the field who are using AI and search engines and getting incorrect information, which has led to citations. Remember, getting bad information off the internet is no excuse for violating seasons and rules. We know how handy search engines and AI can be, but when it comes to hunting and fishing regs, go straight to the source. All right, time to talk about our Maiden Hunt video series. Mentoring is woven into the fabric of hunting. For millennia, the tradition has been passed down through generations and shared with friends. For the tradition to continue, each generation of hunters are tasked with passing the torch to the next. Fish and Game's Maiden Hunt series explores how rewarding it can be for hunters to pass on their passion for the outdoors and shares the stories of new hunters, from completing hunter education and seeking out a mentor to experiencing their first hunt. Each hunter comes to hunting with a different perspective, background, concerns, and interests. From balancing a love of nature with the emotional experience of harvesting an animal to following in family footsteps, these short films explore the realities of becoming a hunter and illustrate how hunting is so much more than just the harvest. Over the course of 5 years, we've teamed up with 5 brand new hunters and paired them with seasoned hunting mentors. Our goal is not only to help new hunters dip their toe into a new, intimidating outdoor pastime, but document the entire process, the mental preparation, the pre-dawn hikes up the mountain, and the emotions that come with being so close to wildlife. So check out each episode in our Maiden Hunt video series or stream the entire YouTube playlist at your convenience. I'll make sure to include a link in the description. All right, just in time for the spooky season. What do you do if you see a bat in or around your home? Here's what you need to know. Fall is a crucial time for bats as they migrate or prepare for hibernation. It's not uncommon to find a bat roosting on the side of buildings or homes. However, there's no need to panic. They are often just resting to conserve energy while passing through. Bats are frequently misunderstood. They are not the blood-sucking, frightening creatures depicted in movies. In reality, they play a vital role in our ecosystem. Most bats, including those in Idaho, consume large quantities of insects such as moths, flies, and mosquitoes. They provide free pest control by eating the insects that harm crops, saving U.S. farmers over $3 billion annually. In Idaho, bats are worth an estimated $313 million annually to farmers. All bats in Idaho are protected non-game species, making it illegal to harm, harass, or kill them. The best way to protect bats is to avoid disturbing them, ensuring they continue to thrive in Idaho's environment. Throughout the year, we get a lot of calls from concerned homeowners about bats. So here's what to do if you see a bat in or outside your home. First off, never handle a bat with your bare hands. If you find a bat inside your home and are certain you haven't had a rabies exposure, refer to an instructional video that I'll include in the show notes or call one of our regional offices for guidance on safely capturing and releasing the bat outside. If you have a bat colony in your home, such as an attic, garage, or a shop, contact Idaho Fish and Game for advice on safely evicting and excluding them. Unless there's a public health threat, like bats entering living spaces, the best time to evict bats from structures is early September to mid-October, after bat maternity season and before hibernation. If you find a bat outdoors roosting, hanging upside down, on a wall or any other surface, such as a tree, a shrub, garden plant, whatever, leave the bat alone and keep people and pets away from it. If you find a bat outdoors on the ground that appears weak, sick, or injured and is unable to fly, do not handle it with your bare hands. Make sure that the bat is safe from people, pets, and natural predators. Then contact one of our Fish and Game offices for guidance. Sometimes the energy demands of migration or the inexperience of young bats leaves them dehydrated, weak, or disoriented. If you've had any direct contact with a bat, especially if you were bitten or scratched, or you find a bat in the same room as someone who may be unaware of a bite, such as a sleeping child or person, whatever, safely capture the bat without handling it with your bare hands and contact your healthcare provider or local public health district for a risk assessment. If you find 5 or more dead or sick bats at the same time in the same location, contact Idaho Fish and Game for guidance. Last but not least, please ensure your pets are vaccinated for rabies. Now, for more information, check out Sarah Casanelli's article on our website, or check out our How to Remove a Bat from Your House video on our YouTube channel. I'll include links to both in the description. On the morning of October 18th, a big game hunter shot and killed a male grizzly bear in self-defense after it charged him from a short distance away while hunting in the North Antelope Flats area of Island Park on the Caribou-Targhee National Forest. The hunter was hiking through thick timber when the grizzly came out of the brush, charging directly toward him. The man used the hunting rifle he was carrying to shoot the bear, killing it before contact was made. The hunter then called the Fremont County Sheriff's Office as soon as he was able to report the incident. Idaho Fish and Game was then notified and immediately responded to the report. After conducting a thorough investigation, it was determined that the hunter acted in self-defense as he was being charged by a bear from a close distance. Remember, grizzly bears are protected under state and federal law, and Fish and Game reminds hunters that grizzly bears may be encountered in the greater Yellowstone area and parts of northern Idaho. Grizzly bears also occasionally visit as far south as the Grangeville area and into the Salmon region in central Idaho. All right, boys and girls, that's it for Major Stories this week. Let's hit the rapid fire bulletin. An Idaho Fish and Game fish hatchery truck was involved in a non-fatal accident on October 16th. The tanker truck rolled over on Highway 8 near the town of Beauville. The driver, a Fish and Game employee, sustained minor injuries after losing control of the truck. No other vehicles or properties were involved in the accident. The truck was hauling roughly 3,000 catchable-sized rainbow trout to Elk Creek Reservoir. Unfortunately, all the fish on the truck died. Fish and Game fish managers will be adjusting stocking efforts across the Clearwater region following this accident to ensure Elk Creek Reservoir gets stocked this fall. Local conservation officers received a call of a dead elk 4 miles southwest of Moscow near Lenville Road. Upon investigation, a bullet hole was found in the bull and it appeared to die right where it was shot. Based on body condition, the bull was likely shot the morning of October 11th or the evening of October 10th. Back up in Beauville, Idaho Fish and Game officers were notified of 2 elk harvested in Bob's Creek that were not fully salvaged. Senior Conservation Officer Brian Perks investigated both elk and found that the tenderloins had not been retrieved as required by state law. Both elk would have been harvested sometime between Monday, October 13th and Thursday, October 15th. Officers are seeking information to identify suspects in this investigation. Down in Adams County, conservation officers are seeking information about a cow moose that was illegally shot and left to waste near No Business Mountain in Unit 32A. The cow moose was discovered on October 15th, about 200 yards east of Forest Service Road 245, near its intersection with the Middle Fork Weezer River Road. Officers believe that the moose was killed around the opening weekend of the general deer season, sometime between October 10th and October 12th. Fishing in the trout pond at the Rapid River Fish Hatchery will permanently close at the end of the day on Friday, October 24th due to the impending facility redesign and construction project that is expected to start in November. The trout pond will be replaced with a new adult salmon holding and spawning facility. When completed, the project will allow fish production at Rapid River Hatchery to increase from 3 million to 4 million Chinook annually and provide more opportunity for anglers to harvest adult spring Chinook salmon in the future. Hit the link to learn more. All right, that's all the news we have for this week. Thanks for putting an ear to Idaho Fish and Game's Hook and Bulletin podcast. If there's something on your mind or if you got a question related to Fish and Game Matters, feel free to drop us a line at podcast@idfg.idaho.gov. Again, that's podcast@idfg.idaho.gov. Thanks for listening, folks. We'll catch you next week.